Hello, and welcome back to Song Surveys on Sofas with Superheroes, the sub-series. So last week we did a new song, so this week we're going to do an older song. This is probably one of my most referenced songs that I use. I feel like I often, in situations, will recall the lyrics to the song. I love this band. I got to meet them once, and it was just such a fantastic show, and it was just really awesome. And I will forever love this band and the song in particular, but really like the whole album and even the follow-up album to this one was just so good. So let's get into it. So the song today is called Hope for Us by The Jealous Sound. And I know that the lead singer went from Knapsack to The Jealous Sound, and then now is in the Racket Club, which really likes the Racket Club. They kind of disappeared, but I would love to hear them again. Anytime they've been in my area, I've gone to see them because I just love the lead singer so much. Okay, so let's get into the song. Sorry. So the song again is Hope for Us, and just lyrically is really fantastic. So it starts with a simple guitar, and then the drums come in like a couple seconds right before the lyrics come in. And the first like three lyrics are just fantastic. They mention the song title in the first line. So the first line is, "There is hope for us. There is distance between you and I. We have just enough." I love the idea of not saying that I have hope, not saying that you have hope, but just that there is hope for us. So what that looks like and who has that hope, I think is an interesting concept to kind of not address by saying just there's hope for us. And I also love the distance, right? So is it physical distance? Is it that you're far away? Or is it like an emotional distance? Like there's distance between you and I. And then I also super love the line is there's just enough. There's just enough hope for us. Like it will be enough. So even if it doesn't seem like it's there, it'll just be enough. So I really like that third line in particular, especially when related to the first two lines. I think that was a fantastic choice, and I really like that. So then the music changes, and there's kind of like a second verse or second part of the first verse, I guess. And the music just becomes a little bit more full. And I love the line, "You were the matches and kerosene," as if like this person was two elements that make this intense reaction. So I do really like that thought of, not only were you, I'm the match. No, you're the match and the kerosene. So you were the one who was like, full on both kind of ends of the spectrum. You were not only the fuel, but you were also the fire. So I really like that line. I think it was, again, like just an awesome line, and really kind of makes you think more about this person that they're talking about and kind of what that means for the song as a whole. Then the music drops to just a guitar, and there's a 2-line pre-chorus that kind of takes you into the chorus. And the chorus is just like 4 lines. And the first line is repeated at the end of that first chorus. So then after that, we go into the second verse, and this might be like my all-time favorite lyrics in any song ever. I just love them so much. Used them for a photo challenge like 4 years ago, and still just every time I hear the song, think of lyrics, I just get this like totally heartfelt, warm feeling of just how fantastic they are. Anyway, so the lines are, "Does it get you off to get off your chest? Such an awful year, such an awful mess." And then even the next 2 lines after that, "You can't write, you can't sing, you can't do anything at all." I love the idea of just the actual more literal interpretation of this awful year being on your chest, and you just like trying to kind of like take it off, and like that's just the image that has been in my mind ever since I heard this song. And again, I know I'm taking it a little more literally as opposed to just like, does talking about it make you feel better? But I do just like love that. Like, it's just an awful year, this awful mess. And like, does it make you feel better to just like kind of talk about it? But I do like that more literal thing. Like, so if you had this year just like built up and you're just trying to like like tear it apart and rip it off. I really like that image. And again, since I've started listening to the song, that's the image I've had in my head. So I just particularly love that line. And then I just also love can't write, can't sing, can't do anything at all. I really love the emphasis of the importance put on the skills of writing, singing, as opposed to kind of any other verb you could have used. And again, that might be more related to just like songwriting in general. So I'm not sure what this song is really about, but I still like that emphasis on writing and singing, because I personally love to write and I am terrible at singing. So I kind of love those two things that are incorporated in that part of the song. And then again, like you can't write, you can't sing, so you can't do anything. So I think the fact that they made those two verbs the valued skills were definitely an interesting choice. And I love this verse so much that I think no matter really what I definitely love that they chose to write and sing. So I think that was a really good choice, and I like that line, and I think it's really good. But I also love in this verse, just in general, how they use the repetition, especially because when we talk about the choruses and how those are repeated, I think, and also because there was not a lot of repetition in that first verse, which is a long verse. It's a significant amount of song that goes into that first verse before you hit the pre-chorus and the chorus. So the fact that they did not really repeat in that first verse, and then in the second verse they repeat quite often, I think it was really well done. The words in particular are awful, and then you can't. So I really do love how they kind of went from this first verse, but then this second verse was just kind of totally different and had a totally different feel. And yes, I might be a little bit biased because I love the words, but I think they did a really nice job with how they repeated the words and what words they chose to use. And again, that goes back to the write and the sing as well. So yeah, really great second verse. And then there's like a little break in music, and this time the lines in the pre-chorus. So again, there's this like 2-line pre-chorus, and they're totally different from the initial pre-chorus, which I love because even though the music is similar, they don't use the same lyrics. And I think this is definitely important when the chorus comes back in, because then the chorus is totally different too. So the music picks up again and the chorus starts, and the first line in the chorus is the repeat from the original chorus, but the next 2 lines are actually the pre-chorus lines from before the first chorus. And then goes back into the original chorus without that extra repetition of the first line. So I really love that choice. I think that was fantastic to change the chorus and repeat lines again, but make it feel so incredibly different. So you add 2 lines for the pre-chorus, repeat that first line of the chorus, bring that first pre-chorus back, and then go into the chorus, but not repeat that last line in the chorus like you did the first time. So I love that. I think it was such a good idea for the choruses, especially because the repetition part of the song, it makes it feel like new every time, and it doesn't feel old ever, even though the same words and the same music is repeated. So then after that, the music changes pretty drastically, and I really like this change. And I think that when it changes drastically for a period of time, and then after that, it kind of goes back and kind of builds up again back into the chorus/verse music to kind of get us back into it. And so after that pretty drastic change, when it starts to kind of change back into this music that we've been hearing so far in the song, there's some oohs added and repeated. And then as those fade out, they get back into another verse, I guess, which is pretty cool because usually after bridge, it doesn't go into a verse. It kind of goes right back into chorus. So again, I really like that. Making another verse and kind of really putting those lyrics in there, in my opinion, was more important than just following that same formula for a song in terms of going to bridge and then chorus and then ending. So after the bridge, I love the lyrics, especially for this song in particular. So I don't love the lyrics like individually like I do for the second verse, because those I could pick out and just like enjoy no matter what. But in terms of this song in particular, I think adding this verse was a genius idea, and I think the lyrics just go so well. So again, the song opens with "There is hope for us," and this verse starts with "Is there hope for us?" And I love it so much. And then after that, like, all the lines are different from the first part of the first verse, but there is one question that, again, it kind of changes from this statement to a question, and the question is it all used up? Which matches the line of "there is just enough" from that first verse. So I love it. I love going from "there is hope, we have just enough," to "is there hope? Is it all used up?" So has, in this time period, has something disappeared? Is it gone? Did we lose it? I love the difference, and I think it was just such a fantastic choice and just so good. And it really does add that more story feel to the song, which the song doesn't necessarily have, like, intuitively. It's not like we start here and then they could have a clear middle piece of it. But I think that by doing the statement versus the question in the first verse versus the third verse, I think that really adds that element to it, and it definitely makes me rethink the song as a whole and want to listen to it over and over again to kind of figure out, okay, well, wait, what is happening in the story, and what is this really about? So great choice, love that choice, love that. Just 4 quick lines, really great. So then they repeat the first chorus, and again, the music drops for that part of it. And then it builds up and you go into a chorus again. But again, this chorus is totally different from the previous 2 choruses. So you have the first line of the chorus again, followed by the pre-chorus, this second pre-chorus this time. And then you get back into the original chorus, which I think was, again, a fantastic choice. So you've had the original chorus, then you've had the first line of the chorus with the first pre-chorus, original chorus, and now for this last chorus, you have the original line and the second pre-chorus, and then the normal chorus. So I think that was really great choice. I know I said chorus a lot in that past, that was a lot of choruses. But again, when you repeat the same lines over and over again, the fact that you make it feel different and you're kind of switching them around, I think it's a really good choice. And especially because, the pre-chorus is saying with different pauses and breaths taken in different spaces. And then when you get into this, and then when you put it into the chorus, it sounds different because it's saying differently. So I really like that. And I thought that was a fantastic choice. Again, just making that last bit of music, even though it's just a repetition of the same lines we've heard 3 times now, it just makes it feel different, and I really love that. And then after that, it just kind of goes with a little bit of music. The drums kind of take us out, and that's the song. So I really love this song. Definitely one of my go-to get stuck in my head, can't stop singing sort of a song, and I just love it. And I hope that you love this song too. And this band is fantastic, and Knapsack is fantastic, Racket Club is fantastic. I just love them, and I love this song in particular. I mean, again, a lot of their songs are just so fantastic, but this song in particular, just that line about the chest and the ear getting it off, I love it. So let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, and all right. I will see you guys next week. Bye.